Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra 150-meter 41mm in Sedna Gold on a blue rubber strap and dial. Reference 220.52.41.21.03.002. I'll tell you a little bit about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with just a little brief overview. Now, Omega makes many collections of watches. Their main collections are going to be the Seamaster and the Speedmaster. Now, of those, they also break that down into many more categories. The Aqua Terra falls in the Seamaster category, as the name implies. The Seamaster has everything to do with the sea, and the Speedmaster has everything to do with a lot of other stuff, such as the air, the moon watch, calculating elapsed time, like in racing, basically non-sea. Okay, so you have the Seamaster in the sea and Speedmaster non-sea. So those are there's more than that. There's a Constellation and a DeVille, but the most popular are going to be the Seamaster and the Speedmaster. And this one falls, as I said, in the Seamaster category. It's the Aqua Terra. It's the most dressed-looking watch of the Seamaster, of the series that can go into the water. In fact, it can go 150 meters in water. And so we're going to talk about this one a little bit more. So where does it stand in the lineup of other similar Aqua Terras? Now, the Aqua Terras have since been redesigned as of, I think, around 22 or so. And what did they do differently in it? Well, they redesigned pretty much everything. The case looks a little bit more refined. The proportions are slightly different, I believe. And also the movement is different. It's an in-house movement that you can see. And they've modernized the dial so that, well, it looks the way you see. And it has these small seconds, which actually I think really gives the watch some character, makes it look much more interesting than just a simple three-handed watch. The second hand really makes it pop. And especially putting it on the strap that it's on, which is a rubber strap. Now, they do make this in different sizes. You can basically break it down into size, and actually they make it in many other variations, but let's focus first on size. They make a size 38, which is actually going to fit a lot of people. Men, actually, it can be men or women because they can make it in either size, but 38 can be for a man with a smaller wrist. 38 is actually kind of large for a woman, but they also make it in 42, as you see right here. So this, actually, sorry, I think it's actually 40, sorry, not 42, 41. Yeah, I sounded wrong when I said that. So 38 was a size small, and 41 is size, I guess you'd say medium or large. Okay, now with that said, they further break down the Aqua Terra. They don't do any complications on Aqua Terra. They just do time and date only. It's not like they have like a chrono and non-chrono and so on. They only have that, but they do a lot of variations when it comes to material, dial color, yellow gold, rose gold, steel on bracelet, on rubber strap, different dial variations, etc., etc. List goes on. And they also make it for, they just make a lot of different variations. Okay, now with that said, what variation you're looking at here is the one on a rubber strap. This was probably one of the coolest, most sporty watch, but yet very luxurious because they have it on rose gold. Omega actually calls it Sedna Gold. Okay, but anyways, it's basically rose gold, and they make it on the rubber strap, which is actually made to look kind of like a canvas strap, but we'll get to that in a moment. So that is where it stands in the lineup. Now, if you wanted this one's in 41mm. They also make it 38, but once you go to 38, they don't do the small seconds anymore. So that's kind of a cool thing about, I think, this watch is the small seconds. All right, anyways, that's enough of the overview. Let's start talking about the watch itself, starting with the case. The case here is going to be a 41mm case in Sedna Gold, basically not just rose gold. It has a lug-to-lug dimension of 48mm, which is actually about the same as a Daytona, or actually a little bit more than Daytona, but about the same as a Rolex GMT. So it's not that big actually, even though it as 41 millimeters you might think it's quite large, but it's really not that large considering the lug to lug width. The lug to lug is where the top of the lug, where it's connected to the bracelet, to the bottom of the lug, 12 to 6 position. Okay. And it has a thickness of 13.2 millimeters. Not terribly thick either. Maybe 1 millimeter thicker than a Rolex Datejust, but that's okay. It's not a Rolex Datejust. But for that 1 millimeter thicker, what do you get? You get an exhibition case back. You can actually see the movement, which is, I think, it's really important to display, what is going on underneath in the movement. All right, now that is the case. Now the case is all made, as I said, of gold. And that's what brings the price tag of this. The retail price is $24,900 as of 2025, but of course you can buy for way less than that at jazztime.com, which makes this watch have a very nice value proposition. I think we're selling it for something around, I don't know, 17, 18,000 or so. So what is that, 25 off? It's quite a good amount off. So, all right, anyways, that's the case. It has a big, nice beveled edge here, high polished, and the rest of the top is satin finish. And it's a characteristic case, and I think it flows quite nicely into the bracelet. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's a nice case. Okay, let's look at the dial. Now, the dial is what really stands out to me here. Let's break it down a little bit. The dial itself, it has this pattern. They call this a teak pattern, kind of like what you would see on a boat. And it has horizontal striations that sort of look like a wave edge or some, like a teak. They actually call it a teak. It's distinguished by a horizontal teak pattern, which I think is pretty cool. And they also modernized the hour markers to make them look triangular and facing toward inward. Usually you have hour markers that are rectangular, but Omega decided to do something a little different. I commend them for that because it looks quite nice. You have also the hour track, or the minute track, I should say, on the outer rim, which is in white color, so it makes the watch not look so large by putting an outer rim, give it a little bit of contrast. And then this is my favorite part, they put the seconds at the 6 o'clock, small seconds, they call it small seconds. And I think that just adds a nice touch to it. It adds more layers to the watch, and you don't get that on the 38 millimeters. So that's why I've actually had customers like this one. They want to get a smaller, and then they see the 38, but they don't like it because it doesn't have a small second. I have to agree, because wisely, Omega also put the date at the 6 o'clock position, and it really conceals it. It also just makes it look very flush. And I just think that the way that they do the hour markers and the hands, making them opposing arrows, sort of like or opposing triangles. You see how the hour markers, the triangles are going toward the center, but then on the hands, the triangle is going toward the periphery. So they kind of meet where the time, you can tell time. So I just think it's a nice way to display the dial, and it's just a very well thought out way. And it looks very nice. Okay, let's look at the strap here. Now the strap is just a rubber strap. Now you can get a smaller strap if this one doesn't fit you. They make a smaller one, which is going to fit most people in case it's too small. But you can adjust it yourself as well, all right? And it has a deployment buckle. You simply press it and it pops open, and it has yeah, it's nice. It actually looks like it's a canvas strap. It has a weave to it, but this is not a canvas strap. This is actually made of rubber. So the good thing about this is you can really wear it to go diving or anything really that is going to be in water, and it's going to be just fine. And I also like how they made it rubber, but you see that it has stitching on it as if it was a canvas strap. So it has the look and beauty of canvas, but it actually is rubber. So you can wear this watch in water or anything, and it's still going to be totally fine. I really like that about this watch, or this strap too. It's a nice combination, practical and beautiful. That is a good way to sum up Omega. Okay, let's look at the next thing, which is the movement here. Again, beautiful and practical. This is a caliber Omega 8917. It has 60-hour power reserve, and it's self-winding, meaning it's automatic. You can see it completely in the back. Has a beautiful gold rotor, and the movement it's nice. So why is that good? Well, because a lot of watches you can't see the movement. For example, Rolex. But in this situation, you can. It allows you to just take a peep and see, how nice it is. And I was saying earlier, Omega is very practical. Yeah, they make a good watch, but it's at the same time it's still practical. They don't overdo anything. For example, Along and Zuna, they do a beautiful movement, but it's a little bit overdone, right? I mean, they don't need to embellish the movement to that level. And Omega doesn't do that, probably to keep the cost down maybe because of expertise, who knows. But the point is, they don't do it. They have their own way to do it. This is a very nice way, and for most people, this is going to be more than enough beauty of a movement for them to admire. Okay, now time to try this watch on my wrist and give you my thoughts. Now, I'm a fan of Omega. I like it. They have a great price point and value proposition. They make it a very nice watch, and I think it's just a nice watch that you can wear that is casual yet still very cool. It has a great fit on it, and so I definitely like it for those reasons, and I like it even better that it's way less than retail. So if you like to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.